All right, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the DTB podcast. Let's go, let's go. They not ready. DTB, KO, season 2. What we about to do? Let me put you on.
Trust that God that put that dream in your heart.
You know the government's really a game.
Things I appreciate most is what you guys do for the culture, for the.
I just got a positive vibe today, bro.
I'm on my Cat Williams. Do I got to call out names right now? Do I got to call?
If you don't know what our podcast is about business, it's about barbering, it's about entrepreneurship, it's about branding and personal development. Today we have another episode at Empire Barber Expo. KO, let them know who we got right here.
What's good, DTB fam? Today we got one of the greatest, man. From the 305, we got Papi Blendzz in the house. What's good?
What up? Damn.
Papi Blendzz. Thank you for being here, Papi Blendzz. Like I said, we were gonna fly to Florida. We were plotting. We're like, man, we gotta have we have to have Papi Blendzz on the podcast because you're a big representation in the barber industry, brother.
Appreciate that.
How's LA treating you right now, Papi?
LA always treats me good, man. I love coming out here just because I get to see a different vibes, right? The East Coast and the West Coast, two different coasts. You know what I mean? Like as far as culture and all that stuff. So every time I come out to LA. Oh man, it's a good vibe because I get to catch some new ideas, meet some cool people like you guys have always shown me love, and I love it, bro. Tacos, food, in and out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was about to ask you, man. Have you or have you not been to In-N-Out yet since you got here?
100%. We got off the plane yesterday. me and Mr. Official, we landed at the same time, and we got out. We picked up the rental. Literally, there was a In-N-Out 0.2 miles away.
I know which one. Yeah,
That's exactly where we stopped at.
Wow, fire.
Wait, there's no In-N-Out in Florida?
Nope.
No, there's not. They're only in the West Coast like that, right?
Yeah, it's like in Texas, some places, and I think the West Coast, yeah.
Crazy. What's the closest thing you can get in Florida, like In-N-Out?
Now there's a few burger joints. We got something called Skinny Loose, but it's not similar. We got something called Cowboys, I think. You know, Miami is not big known on burgers like that. You know, we don't have like a crazy ass burger joint that everybody goes to. You know, yeah.
Crazy.
What's the main dish right there in Miami? Is it still like Cuban food, or is that just cliche? That
I think that Miami has a lot of diversity when it comes to cultures and people, and so you're able to find a lot, bro. You have Peruvian, you have Cuban, Colombian. Like you find a lot. Anything you look for, you find. Like even tacos now have like made their way up in there. You know what I mean? Like we find very, very good, enjoyable Mexican food out there.
Yeah. Papi Blendzz, when I was in Miami, I felt like I was in a different world, bro. Honestly, like when I went to your class, we went to like what is it, Wynwood, the art and all that.
Yeah.
But then the people, like you said, I saw Argentinian person, I saw someone from Paraguay, I heard a lot of different accents, Brazilian people, and I was telling my wife like, I think tourist people come more to Miami than to LA. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Miami, we have a lot of diversity. And out there, bro, one of the main questions that you ask somebody when you meet them is like, where you from? And you'll get random answers like me. I'm Brazilian, Honduran, bro. You know what I'm saying? Born in Miami. Then over there, you got like some French with who knows what. Like random like cultures put together and diversity that you're just like in a whole different world, you know?
Dope.
Wow, that's
Yeah, Bobby,
crazy.
so today we just want to talk about business. We want to talk about barbership, personal branding. You were able to create a great brand. You were able to stand out in a niche on social media. So we want to pick your brain a little bit. We want to learn how we could do what Papi Blendzz does. So we want to start out first with, why is Level 3 the best company for you?
Why is Level 3 the best company for me? Wow. Level 3 has been a company that's always had my back since I wasn't even with them, you know? I always had a relationship with each and everyone that is part of the team. For example, MzRlODBiNWFlZA, Mr. Official, Benji, Sky, all of them I always had a full relationship with. So I was able to build that from before being with the brand, you know? That family vibes and that welcome vibes have always been there. Then aside from that, Level 3 is just somebody that really believes in us as artists. It's somebody that really invests in us, which they don't have to, but they really see the value in of them investing in us and us bringing what we bring to the table. So I feel like they really keep they keep us in the loop, and they make us look like we deserve and even more. Putting us on huge stages, providing us with the best products, making sure that anything or any activity that we're going through or we're putting together, they will always support it. So I feel like it's not only the best for me, but everybody that's in the team makes Level 3 what Level 3 is. And I feel like today I'm very, very grateful to work with this brand because, you know, aside from all those qualities of believing in the artist, the product is amazing, man. And you know, it's a brand that's made by the barbers for the barbers. So any product that you get from the brand itself, you know that you're gonna be using it. Like our shaving gel is super popular. Then it comes our styling powder, #1 selling product on Amazon and in the world. You know what I mean? Is our top selling product. And then now we got the Cray colors, which a lot of barbers now, like you guys, you know, colores, it's huge in our industry, and it's something that I'm like has helped me stand out from the bunch, which is the colors. And now that we have our own colors and our own brand for the barbers, almost specifically, you know what I'm saying, something new for the barbers. It's super dope. So I think that Level 3 is just amazing, bro. I'm blessed to be part of the team.
How much influence did you have in those colors? Were you hands-on by any chance?
To be honest, at the very beginning when they came about it, they did ask me a few questions, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it takes more than what you really think, you know, to build that. You know, it's a product that takes a lot of ingredients, we could call them, a lot of add-ons. Like, for example, our Level 3 Cray colors have amazing add-ons that will help you rebuild your hair, like, you know what I'm saying, protect your skin, and just the bond infusion of amazing components that will make the color just pop out more, last longer, rebuild your hair, and just be great.
Is that product already in shelves, wholesale, everything online?
100%. It's already completely out. You can find it at level3.com. LV3.com, or you could just find it at your local Level 3 distributor for sure.
Okay. Papi, I saw that you were working with JRL as well, right? Why did you choose JRL specifically? Because I'm pretty sure you could have chosen other clipper companies, but I know there had to be something in particular on why you chose JRL.
There's one thing that I practice a lot is loyalty, and whoever supports me, I support them to the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when somebody supports me from the very beginnings, like a lot of people did, well, I could say JRL was one. They were always present. Anything I did, they will always look out for me. So it was definitely the first brand that I saw an opportunity in, and I saw like me wanting to work with before I gave anybody else an opportunity. And then on top of that, JRL, it's not a new brand, but it's a brand that's like starting to develop as their full to their full potential. So I saw more things. Sorry. I saw more in JRL long term than I saw in short term, you know? Because short term, then you're talking about a Babyliss, you're talking about a Wall, brands that are really developed and they are what they are, you know?
Right.
JRL gives me more of a long-term opportunity that I can be that A-Rod in Level 3, I can be that in JRL in 5-10 years, you know what I'm saying? So gratefully I've been able to work with them. We're building. It's not easy, it's not what it seems. It's been a lot of challenges, a lot of learning, and a lot of cool stuff, you know what I mean? And right now I'm in a very, very good position where I'm working more behind the scene than I am working as being the artist, you know what I mean? So I love it. I mean, it's a great opportunity, and honestly, the product itself is amazing, bro. We've been doing good. When I signed with JRL, we was at about 60, 50 countries. Now we at 100 countries, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome,
I
bro.
saw a video where you were like, you were talking about what point in life are you right now? You're like, I'm working for Level 3, which is the top product.
Yeah.
But I'm working for JRL and they still have development.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm trying to bring what I learned from Level 3 to JRL, and I see that as an opportunity.
Okay,
Can you elaborate a little bit more?
Yeah,
because
so
that was dope for me. Like, you have the opportunity of your life right there.
Yeah, so because Level 3, you know, Level 3 is still in development, and we have so much potential in Level 3, and the team that we have, we just keep growing and growing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
last year we had our annual meeting. For example, it was 15 people in the room. This year was 30 people in the room. So mind you, we have grown in 50% in the company as a team, and the company itself has grown, you know, as a team. So level 3 definitely has a big development, but if we think about it, level 3 is a whole different, you know, level. Yeah. Now we're hitting big stages. Those premieres, we always have a main stage where you have huge people, and then we have JRL, which is a great tool. It's own manufacturers, not white label. We have, you know, there's thousands of people behind a tool putting together and all that stuff. But as far as marketing the artist and making the brand just be in different platforms is where JRL is lacking right now and is developing right now, right? While level 3 is already like developed. We have an amazing team, and we just keep growing and growing on here. But I definitely want to I wanted to work with more of a company that's in development instead of another company that's already almost developed. You know what I mean? Because again, that allows me a constant growth. So by the time that brand just hits up here, now think about A-Rod in level 3. A-Rod is pretty much the biggest barber in the industry, and he's the face of level 3, a company that's, you know, worldwide. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not small company.
Is it public yet? How much level 3 is worse right now, or how much is general? Is it public? It should be online, right? But
yeah, I believe it went public, but I think they pulled out of that. I cannot give you a concrete answer on that because I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah, I remember it had gone public a little bit. Yeah, and I was gonna buy some shares. They were like $2.50, bro, and I was like, oh shit, like I might hop on this investment, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We didn't get too much information back on that, so I'm not sure if it's still public. If they pulled out of that, not 100% sure, but yeah.
So, Papi, what's it? How do you make that shift from being on stage from JRL then being on stage for level 3? Is it like the same? Because I know level 3 stages are hype, you know, music, you know, you guys throwing stuff away. JRL is a little different from what I've seen at different events, and I know sometimes you got to take part in both. How do you make that switch, bro?
Wow, that's very challenging because the first time I did that was last year, right? I've been with level 3 for about 4 years. With JRL, I've been with 1 year. So working with two companies at the same show definitely was challenging. We cut that off now, so I only work with one brand or the other. And show we don't do splits anymore. But the times that I had to do it, and it was challenging for me, man. I was at the JRL booth once, and I started educating. Like, if I was educating at level 3, and I said a few things like this product, and I'm like, no, these clippers. You know what I mean? So it definitely is a challenge that you got to be mindful of, and you got to have the skills in, you know, to kind of like just make that switch and understand who you're working with and what are you explaining. So it's definitely not made for the weak. You know what I mean? Especially when you're especially when you're jumping from one stage, like you said, that is super hype, and then just jumping into another stage that's just like, okay, today we're gonna talk about this fade, blah blah blah. Like we're not at that level yet. You know what I mean? Of throwing products and going crazy, and you know. Yeah, so it's cool, but it's a challenge. I love it.
That's interesting to know, man. And the few times that you have been out here to LA, you know, whether it's for a barber battle or a big industry show, what do you see LA brings to the table as far as one of the biggest cities to be behind the barber game?
I'm not gonna lie. I think that LA has some of the most talented barbers. And out here, some of my biggest inspirations, for example, you know, Stay Gold and Julius Caesar. These are two pioneers in the industry. And for me, they're huge inspiration. You know what I'm saying? I love their style. I love what they've done for the industry. And then on top of that, we have, aside from that, we have a lot of other barbers that have been doing an amazing job, bro. Like you guys, you know, coming on with this podcast. Then we have the other people putting so many great things together that it's just amazing. And I feel like this side of the country is doing a great part for the industry. There's a lot of talent that came out of here and that continues coming out of here. And I think it just continues. Like, for example, this amazing event, you know, Empire Barber Expo, and then we have a lot of premieres out here, and I think that the community out here has been very, very united, and it's amazing. So I think you guys are doing a great job as far as pouring into the industry.
Yeah, we were talking about that in the previous episode with Benji. Like, there's a lot of new barbers becoming creators now, making videos, and they're also like innovating the industry. You know, and we need that more than ever. And we're gonna need that for the rest of our lives. You know, we need people coming up with new ideas and different ways to do this and different way to do color. You know, like, and that's what I wanted to ask you. Like, how does a barber find a niche? You found your niche in color and creative color. And the type of content you posted. So what advice do you give to a barber right now that he's stuck and he's like, man, what route is best for me? What niche is best for me?
I'm
How
not
was
gonna
that
lie.
journey for you?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. One of the main things that I've used daily and I use till today is I really don't get inspired by my own industry. I try to find inspirations. I try to find inspiration in industries outside of my industry. Tattoo industry, gym industry, any industry that does not have to do with the barbers. I try to bring that into my industry to see how can that work. You get what I'm saying? As far as content, as far as ideas, as far as events, you know, I have some of my very close friends are my tattoo artists, you know, and he's came to a barber show. He's like, wow, the tattoo world is not so developed as the barber industry is.
Damn.
So now I'm curious to see what the tattoo industry looks like because it's a very similar artistic industry. So now I'm waiting to be able to go to one of those events and see what are they lacking. What do we have here? But what can I get from over there to bring here and continue growing my brand? So as far as the colors, I started seeing other industries and I started understanding the lack that they have. So I brought that energy into here and I was like, what is the industry lacking? And maybe not the industry, like what is barbers not doing as much? Correct. And that's when I understood that the colors were something that not a lot of barbers were into, you know? Any barbers that oh, you work at a salon, you know what I'm saying? It's like, no, bro, like this is a real thing. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? And look at now, Level 3 has their own color brand and is a barber brand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now the colors is a huge part of the industry.
Yeah.
So I think that sometimes sitting back on your times off and paying attention to other industries and bringing that energy into your industry, having time for you to look around and see how can you reinvent yourself, right? Because sometimes we focus working on 12, 15 clients a day, but then you're taking away time from you being able to see around and reinvent yourself. You know what I mean? So I feel like downtimes will always make you stronger and better. And sometimes we think downtimes is just to cry, but it's not.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. I'm glad that we have you on here, man, because I've been wanting to ask you in regards to your short film that you brought out, bro. I feel like that was a big twist to the game. I think we need a part 2.
Like,
that was a big twist to the game. It was something that was inspiring to like myself and people that are out here that are just creators more than barbers, you know? And that to me showed a different side of you that was inspirational for me to want to create something of your own story, because from when I saw the whole video and the preparation for it, and I believe you released it at Burt Mena's show.
Correct.
And when I saw that, I was like, man, this is beyond what anybody could even think. It was mind blowing, bro, to see how your journey started, which I think it was how was that your journey exactly what you went through, or did you play some of it in there of something that you a story that you heard?
No, honestly, everything was to express my story. Honestly, everything was to pretty much motivate and inspire and show people that sometimes life gives you signals and sometimes life puts things in front of you, and sometimes you just undenial of them, or you don't see them, or you're not in the right headspace for you to understand that God is putting this signal for you in front of me. So if you pay attention to the short film, there's a bag that somebody passes by, drops, and there's some clippers in it. And that's exactly how my journey went. You know what I mean? I picked up some dude in an Uber ride, and he was sticking out some barber side and clipper spray out his bag, and I pick him up, and I had a very long conversation with him, and this dude pretty much just made me understand that, yo, this is your opportunity, this is your chance, because mind you, that same day was the day that I decided to buy some clippers off OfferUp, and I was like, after this last ride, I'm gonna drive to pick up those clippers and kick it off.
Wow.
My last ride happened to be a barber. That barber was is an educator, and third, he was going 5 minutes away from where I was supposed to pick up the clippers. So you tell me that this is a coincidence. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why we probably didn't translate that exactly in the short film, just because it's a short film.
Right.
But the point was that, you know, sometimes you get things put in front of you, but you're just in denial because you're focused on the goal. Your goal is this, and that's what you're focused on. But sometimes, bro, you need to put the goal to the side and understand that whatever you ask God for, whatever it's put in front of you, look at it, analyze it, and try to take the opportunities. A lot of people ask me how you got this far, and it's because I don't let opportunities go, even though my goal might have been open a shop. You know what I mean? But I'm so focused on that goal that Level 3 came around, JRL came around, any other company came around. But no, I am focused on this goal. I don't want to deal with this. You see what I mean? Imagine if I would have kept that mindset, I would have lost all these opportunities. And I would have been stuck with a barbershop that I would probably been happy or not happy.
Correct.
But now I discovered so many other talents in myself and discovered so many opportunities by just being open-minded and really taking the time to analyze what is being put in front of me. So as far as the short film, man, it was really my story, bro.
That's awesome.
Really my story, how things just happened to be in front of me, but I was very, very distracted by, you know, a polluted society where, like, I was just going out, hanging out with the wrong people. Drinking, worried about girls and things that were not important in my life, until one day I started giving importance to and seeing the things that were in front of me. And that's when, you know what I mean, I took the chance to cut people in my house. And then I went from, you know, somebody provided me an opportunity at their barbershop, me not being licensed, no experience, nothing. I started in that barbershop, and that's where it goes into a barbershop, and it's like, yo, I'm focused, you know? I'm focused. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to understand this, because now I see this being my career, you know, because I went from working restaurants 6-7 years to doing Uber to being a barber, you know? So it was a transition, but I saw the freedom, you know? So I saw tunnel vision. I saw everything that I was able to do. And I was like, you know what? I need to stay focused. And I'm the type of person, bro, that when I do something, I try to do it as right as possible. So then into that, it turned into, bro, who I am today. Like I said, just keeping my mind open and keeping my opportunities open and being able to intake anything that comes at me that I think is right, that I can either win or learn a lesson. It takes me to stages, countries, and has me here talking with you guys today, you know?
That's
Papi,
awesome.
I wanted to know a little bit more about the production of that, because I saw you were helping the Barber Plug too, right? With some production. But I think every barber has this idea of a short film or something they want to produce, but they just don't know the production side of it. So can you elaborate? Like, how does that happen? Like, do you write it down? Do you walk your videographer through it? Or is something that you direct and you record by yourself?
Yeah, first of all, there's one saying that I learned from my boy Bones. He said, if you want to go far, go together. If you want to go alone, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And I understand that having a team is very important. It's as important as anything in life, you know? So not right now, I call Papi Blendzz is a collective team of creators, correct? So I have my videographer, shout out Randy, who never lets me down,
Randy
brother.
GT, right?
Yeah, Randy GT3 never lets me down. This guy, bro, has been in my top projects, have helped me take my career to the next level by doing these creative videos and sitting back down. And as far as production, bro, I definitely wrote down on paper the whole side of things. I sat down with him and also Marino Films, that he's also somewhat part of my team, but he's big part of Randy's team. And we all three sat down. I explained the vision, and you know, between creators, when somebody talks and visions combined, everybody understood the vision. It was an instant connection where Randy was like, I want to shoot that, I want to direct that, and I'm gonna make sure that everything looks good. So really the production, bro, it took not a lot, because obviously we were doing things pretty much on a budget. We did rent like a lens. Gratefully, I've been able to invest in myself and a lot of my tools. So I have a lot of lights, cameras, and stuff like that. Randy has his equipment as well. And honestly, since it was a very natural story, as far as production, all we needed was like good camera. We rented the lens that we needed to rent. and the spots were there, bro. So like
Damn.
as far as productions, and it was a very, like I said, a very real story. Everything just very, very natural. And thankfully, I've been able to build great relationships, man, anywhere I go. And I had good relationships with all the actors that were part of the short film. And they were like, bro, I'll be more than happy to help you tell your story. You know?
That's
Yeah.
awesome, bro. So that the house that you used there and all that stuff was it a natural house that you're
Yeah.
used to being inside of, like maybe a friend's house or probably your own family's house?
No,
or
that's
something
literally
like that?
the house that I started cutting hair in. That's the house that I used to fuck.
fire.
That I still do barbecues outside. You know, that's my aunt's house. I lived there for 12 years. And I
wow.
started cutting hair inside of the room. The only reason I didn't shoot the room is because already my sister lives there. She took over the room that I live. Now I live alone, my own apartment. And she took over the room. So we couldn't really transfer the room as much. But yeah, that's the house that the first house that comes out in the scene. That's actually the house that I grew up in, and that's where I started cutting hair the first time. So that's why I'm telling you, as far as production, we really didn't have to do too much artwork. It was more like, bro, let's shoot exactly in the places that needs to be shot, you know?
Yeah,
Right.
Hey, I wanted to ask you because I have Alex right here with me. He's helping me out. He's part of my team. I have another where I'm trying to figure out is like how the payroll goes for them, right? Or like I know some of your homies might be like, "Hey, bro, I'll help you for free. Like
Yeah.
I don't mind doing this." But me, I'm just like, bro, I can't let you do it for free because. Like it's part of your job, you know. So that's where I want to get more clarity on. Like, do you pay these people? Do you not? Like, do you consider that before you start the short film? Like, how do you go about that?
Honestly, these are projects, like I said, when you build a team and you have people that believe in you and you believe in them, most of the times, bro, you can get a lot of love in these things. You know what I'm saying? For example, these short film, I took care of expenses like food, rentals, and places, and I paid some of the people for their times. But as far as Randy, he believed in the vision, and he's always believed in me, and he was like, bro, this is something that's going to benefit me, and it's going to benefit you, and it's going to benefit all of us, because now I'm able to do my first short film, this and that. Don't get me wrong, my biggest dream is to always be able to
look out for them, right?
compensate
Yeah.
and look out as much as I can. But I also appreciate that these people is willing to help me out and understand that, bro, once we come together as a team and you win, I win, we all win. And then eventually in the future, now we're all generating money to the point where all this free work has paid out,
Has
you know
paid
what I
out,
mean?
yeah.
So every time, like when it comes to things like that, I will always look out. Like for example, Randy, I'll go around if I'm able to spend $300, $400, buy him something that he needs or some things like that, or I'm
see.
able to get him a
I
gift,
see.
a shirt, pants, like whatever it is.
Yeah.
I always try to come around and show love, just because I'm very, very appreciative. And there's one thing I've always said, bro, I do not own a favor to nobody. You know what I mean? Like I don't like owning favors to nobody.
yeah,
Like nobody
correct.
could come around and is like, oh, you owe me this. Like no, bro.
Yeah.
You looked out for me, but remember when I looked out for you? Yeah, let's
Yeah.
not do that. So I
Good.
don't like owning people favors. I ask people politely. If I'm not able to do it, I'd rather not ask. You know?
Okay.
I'd rather not ask. But this is a project that they were willing to work with me, and I'm grateful for that, man. So as far as payroll, but it was definitely a project that could have cost $15,000.
Damn.
Yeah, between lights, setting,
Right.
camera rentals, the time, because it took us 3 days to film. Each day we filmed for over 8 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was a good 6 people behind cameras. It was all the people that were acting. So it definitely took some people. It definitely took some love, But gratefully, everybody was willing to be part of, and they were grateful to be part of, and they were willing to help the boy out, man.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you build good relationships and you're a good
I was
person.
gonna say that when you
Yeah.
build good relationships,
The
you're a good
connections.
person. Me, I just always feel guilty like not being able to compensate them in the spot. But like you said, maybe down the road, it's like, hey, I buy him the equipment that he wanted, buy him the perfume he wanted, you know. And now that's good to know, because you just gave me some advice where,
Yeah.
because that's what I was struggling with, bro. Honestly, like I love paying the people that help me out. I like paying my team. I wish I could pay them way more. Sometimes I can't, but that's kind of what sometimes we'll be like, oh, I have this idea, oh, but I don't got the budget.
Yep.
But like you said, man, most of these people, they rock with you, bro. They're just like, you're a good person. You buy them good food, I'll be there.
Yeah, because
You know
if
what
I was to express my ideas and tell them, yo, this is my ideas, and I had the money, oh man, Like, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe somewhere else.
Yeah, but we don't have the money to make those ideas come to life. So for now, we're working though. We're
But
working.
what I think is great behind this is I feel like having those connections and being able to execute and feeling comfortable enough to share those ideas with them,
Yeah.
you know, and then them elaborating on what they feel might work a little bit better, and you guys, you know, connecting for that. But my thing is this: like, are you did you shoot that with the purpose of maybe tapping into some doors that you actually want to route your name to, you know, like, you know, doing things more on the acting side or the filming side or producing side in film and stuff, because I feel like this is where this is going, you know. Sometimes we get tired of seeing reels with, you know, different filters and stuff like that. We want to see more like a story, like things that, like, man, that took more than, you know, 24 hours to make, you know.
First off, you know, I just got the word purpose tatted right here. There you guys see it.
Sick.
So
Was
I think
that here?
yeah, it was right here right now.
Oh,
yeah, it's like
nice.
it's still like dark. I'm just going, but the point of this is like purpose have been a big word in my life, you know, has been a big thing in my life. And I think that since I started moving out with purpose, everything just makes sense. Like this short film, the point of this short film was to express my story, but to also motivate a lot of people. I wanted to drop a message that sometimes, you know, we feel stuck.
Yeah.
But really we never take the time to sit and look back and be like, yo, where do I come from? And I use this, you know, I use this film to kind of translate that, to see like where I came from and how far I've getting, and to give understanding of people that you're able to do it too.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that I'm special, that was chosen. No, it's just about having purpose and doing things with purpose and being able to go out and be better day by day and show the world that you're present, you're able to do it. And as far as another purpose, I definitely wanted to target other things in the industry, like probably acting or showing the world that, you know, we got different talents, different forms of showing your story, of being able to bring something new to the industry. You know, I premiered this short film at Rise of Hair, which is done by Birdman, and Birdman came to me, is like, bro, I've been traveling the world for who knows how long, and I've never seen a short film of a barber.
Damn.
So that to me was like, damn, so you're telling me I'm the first one? I mean, I don't want to take that title. I don't really care for that title. I care more for about who really got inspired and who really saw it and who really understood the message. And I think that 99% of the people didn't need an explanation. They understood exactly what we were going for.
Absolutely, bro. It was straightforward. To me, it was something that I saw and I was like, wow, like I now we're moving. Now we're moving in a different direction.
Yeah, switching the topic a little bit, Papi. Were you using CapCut or TikTok by any chance? Like
the
to
short
edit,
film?
to edit?
No.
Overall, to edit your content, to post.
No, the short film wasn't like shot on no phone. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it was all camera.
That was all edited on high cinema cameras, edited on specific platforms like Premiere Pro and DaVinci. That was all edited by Randy GT3.
Okay.
And but as far as my content, I personally use Final Cut, which is also a editing platform on a computer. You don't have it on phones. And that's what I use, man. I got used to editing on a computer, you know, being able to drop different effects, different LUTs and stuff like that. So I'm more of an editor on a computer. But I know that we have CapCut, which was taken away, but now it's back. Yeah. Which is also a great way for you to edit your content. You know, there's no excuse. You do everything on your phone.
Yeah.
And CapCut is definitely something that gives you the diversity for you to edit any way. You know, it has effects, it has sounds, it has captions, it have everything you need. So I see how that could have affected the world of creators by taking the app away.
Yeah.
Because it was pretty much just the only app that's out there editing at that level, you know.
Yeah, it's user friendly. Like everybody can use
very
it,
very
right?
useful and straightforward. So I know a lot of creators were working and they really got hurt when these two apps were taken away. But to me, it was just like it didn't affect me much because I was really just using it for captions. But lately, I was kind of leaving the captions away and doing a different style form of content. So I wasn't using the captions as much. But yeah, man, TikTok, I've never been so focused on TikTok. My main focus has always been Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How long did it take you to learn how to edit? Like, if you could say like a year or 2 years, because it's not easy, you know. And then you it's like one of those skills that you could only learn and get better as you do it more and more and more.
To be honest, I always understood from the very beginning of my career that the way that I was gonna gain clients, first of all, was posting, using these platforms.
Right.
So I was able to surround myself around people that were in that industry and were able to teach me, for me to learn from them. So ever since I started, I always had my head in the camera. Always understood that editing was something I was gonna learn. So the first things I ever learned was photography, which I actually have a passion and a love for photography.
Yeah.
But I don't do it for money. I do it more for a hobby because it makes me happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have so many investments on that. And then I understood, you know, surrounding myself with that people, I started learning, and I learned photography. And then, you know, the reels came around and all that stuff came around. So I was mindful enough to know that I needed to learn these things. You know, these are things that I got to put the barber to the side, and I got to invest in programs. I got to invest in classes and learn how to edit, because it's the only way that I'm going to be able to put out content. Because again, what we were talking about money, it's hard for you to pull out a budget and pay these people all the time and have somebody with a camera on top of you. So it's like, if you don't learn how to do it by yourself, just the same way you learn how to cut hair, it's gonna be real hard. You know what I mean?
Gonna come out expensive.
So to me, it's like, it's okay to learn a new skill set. A lot of people it's just so against, like, I'm a barber and that's it. Like, I'm not a content creator. I'm not this. But don't complain about it. Like, learn it, because then when you come at me and ask me, "Oh, Pop, how you did it?" I'm just like, bro, I can't tell you, because look at your mentality. You're not willing to take your mind to a next level. You're not willing to learn a new skill set that does not have to do anything with barbering. So learning how to edit, bro, it took me a while, and I'm still learning. Like, I know the basics.
Yeah.
But I know basics enough to put out content for people to know that I'm alive. I'm showing the world that I know what to do, and to continue staying relevant, to give these companies that I work with exactly what they need. Well, as far as the marketing and branding.
Yeah,
so,
the best quality work.
Yeah,
right?
so it took me a while, and I'm still learning. You know, right now I just invested in some new cameras, higher end cinema cameras, so to shoot myself, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm walking around with a $7,000 camera in my bag, and not to flex, but it's an investment that I understood that brought me from a small camera to a medium camera to the next camera, and now I'm at this one. So now that requires for me to learn how to edit and use a stronger software platform to edit. So now I'm always challenging myself to learn something new to keep relevant. And one of the keys that I've always say and I learn is, like, when you want to keep relevant, you want to keep motivated, and you want to keep going, always try to learn something new. Because think about it, bro. When you buy something new, when you learn something new, you're itching to go back home to either use it or do it. You know, when you buy a new pair of shoes, you want to get home to try them on, see what fit you want to use them with. It's the same way when you learn something new as far as hair cutting, or you go to a seminar, you learn something new, you go back to the shop, you want to apply those techniques. It's the same way, you know, when you buy a new tool, a new camera, a new something, you want to go back to the shop, shoot some haircuts, and you know what? I want to take some dope ass pictures today, and I want to learn how to use it. So that's a great strategy that I use to stay motivated. So constantly investing in myself has been a big key, bro. Big key of my success.
Yeah.
That's
But
fire.
Papi, have you seen a new rise of, like, digital courses right now? And why, if I could ask you, why haven't you started one, or have you thought about it? I feel like you could capitalize on that.
Yeah.
What's your view on that right now?
My point on that is, like, sometimes you need to understand exactly where you stand in your life. You know what I mean? Sometimes we want to do a lot, but we're not able to do a lot. So, of course, in my situation, might be a little hard just because I'm traveling a lot, you know? So my time at home is like split 50-50 with my time being in a plane. Now, you have people that really focus on that. Like, for example, Josh O.P. You know, Josh O.P., I know he travels a lot right now and selling his course and all that stuff as well. But he also has the talent, and that's kind of his niche. You know, so if you buy a Josh O.P. course, you're getting an amazing course of something completely new. and he's been able to build that. Me, I'm focused with 2 companies. I'm also focused on my brand. I'm also focused on my clients. So realistically, I've always wanted to do it. Yes, it's something that I tried doing, but it really wasn't something that was really in me or I had the time for. So, but I think that online courses are definitely a great thing. You know, there's one of the courses that I used a lot, you know, and I learned from was Josh O.P. back in the days when he dropped this course that the audio was horrible and everything, but I was able to see the technique and I was able to learn. So this guy's been consistent. Now, bro, I've seen a clip of one of his courses and I was like, wow. The improvement has been crazy.
He has an angle coming from the top now.
Yeah, a whole bunch of like a whole studio. Like it's amazing to see it. But what has taken that is consistency and understand what exactly you want for yourself, you know?
Yeah.
That's very
I was
interesting.
asking you that because I've seen a lot of people now dropping courses back and forth. It's like, it's something that people are constantly doing right now, you know?
Yeah.
And I just wanted to know, like, when is a barber ready to start teaching, to start educating? When is that time? Obviously, it's specific for everyone, but when what would you say is the best time?
I think that, bro, being an educator, man, is so hard. It's not for everybody. Being an educator is not for everybody, first of all. It's definitely something that you have to have that love for, because standing in front of people and talking to people and expressing in front of people is real hard. It's not easy, man. Like, you know, you're just giving the message and you know, like speaking, you know, like it's something that you also got to develop. You know, you got to learn your speaking. You got to find what your message has to be. So I think that being an educator is not for everybody. Even myself, I don't like calling myself an educator. I'm a brand ambassador for these companies. They put me on stages. I relay the message. I show them what it is. But then you have educators like, same, Josh O.P., you have Los Cut It. Like these guys goes on stages, bro, and they just don't stop talking the whole time. And you leave the room motivated and understanding so many other things that you didn't understand, where you really being educated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nowadays, everybody's like, I want to be an educator. But have you really sat back and thought about what it takes to get there? Like, what, like, you know, a lot of people's like, I want to work for brands. Being an educator takes being part of a brand. So working with a brand is not only going to be you being pretty and having followers. You know, followers ain't nothing nowadays, bro. It's like, can you really sell the product on a stage with 500, 600 people? You know, can you explain the product? So being an educator it's a huge statement. You know what I mean? And I'm still at the point where I don't like calling myself an educator.
Okay.
You know, and when I do, it's just like, you know what I'm saying, I'm being cocky, you know what I'm saying? You know, like when I meet a shorty, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm an educator for 2 major brands, you know what I mean? But me in front of, like, you know, this peak people, I'll never be like, yeah, I'm an educator. Nah, man. Respect to who really goes on those stages and really touch people. And I feel like I do it too. But I think I still working on that, you know? So right now, shout out Chico Boom, who's also been working on my speaking. And right now, as you guys were talking, I was thinking, I'm like, damn, I'm not messing up as much.
You're so fluent, bro.
Yeah, it's very, like,
I'm not
flowy.
I'm not cursing as much as I used to, you know? So I'm very proud of myself. So those are, again, things that you need to continue investing in yourself in order for you to become an educator, for you to become a brand ambassador, for a brand to even have, you know, las ganas they hire you and be like, yo, we need this guy because he's doing his thing.
Yeah.
I know, Papi, when you first got on here and, you know, we were behind the scenes and stuff, you were like, man, yo, bring on these questions, man. Let's get controversial and stuff.
I don't care. Just ask.
So I just wanted to ask you, like, what do you think right now is the biggest controversy in the platforms as far as the barber industry goes? I know earlier in the year there was like a barber battle they wanted to do with Santana Barbershop and a few other barbershops that were calling each other out. What's your take on that? And do you feel like that was one of the biggest controversies, or to your standard, what is the biggest controversy in the barber industry?
So I think there's always going to be controversy no matter what it is. You know, there's always going to be the friends that were no more friends because one took off more than the other. And I'm even in a situation, you know what I'm saying? I had barbers next to me that taught me a lot, but when they saw my growth and they saw my dedication, they saw me as a threat. You know what I'm saying? They were like, oh no, this guy is taking off. We cannot let him take off. So let's talk shit about him.
Damn.
Let's try to bring him down. And me, you know, I'm a person, and I call this my superpower. Letting go is my top power, bro. Vanishing people is my top power.
Damn.
And I call it my superpower. Relationships, friendships, material things. You know, so these type of people, I just let go and I vanished. I went my way, boom. And I feel like that one of the biggest controversies in the industry is that, bro. Like, people don't want to see others succeed. And immediately they see something going on, they want to jump on and be a superhero. Oh, I got 20,000, I got 10,000. But do you really have that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you really, can you put your mouth with, you know what I'm saying? Like, can you even do that?
Yeah.
Like, realistically, who you trying to flex to? You know what I'm saying? You got so many up and coming new barbers that they see that's dumb shit, bro, and they're like, bro, this is what this industry is. I want to be like that.
Yeah.
But you're giving the wrong message. You know what I mean? You're out here doing unnecessary controversies for no reason. So there's a lot of people just going at each other, like the one you said, you know, from Tremendo, the Dominicans, and the other idiot from Miami. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were just going at each other. No, I got 20,000, but realistically, bro, me, a person that I know, dude from Miami, is like, bro, you don't live like that. You know what I mean? Then you got the other guy over there in wherever he is, in DR, wherever he is, talking about 20,000. You don't live like that either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is not necessary, bro. So I feel like barbers need to chill the fuck out. They need to focus on the real message, and you need to stay focused on helping the new ones come up in the right direction. Because if you think about, bro, where this industry was 5 years ago and where it is now.
Yeah.
But we keep on this controversy and who's better and who's this, who is that. This industry is just going to go back into clashing. It's just going to go back into crashing again. But we've done such a great job, but we cannot let these barbers, we cannot let these fucking barbers that just looking for controversy and fucking doing dumb shit to the industry, that you cannot give them the attention. You know what I mean?
True. So now that you're saying that, like, we're not supposed to give him the attention, but T-Pop, T-P-O-B, right? I'm pretty sure he came across your feed. He's really like that. Like, I just saw right now that someone made fun of him or about a car, and he was like, bro, I'll buy you a car. Or like, he talks so much shit.
That's my favorite video.
Yeah, he talks so much shit.
That's my favorite video.
But everyone's saying he's cool. I'm like, bro, if he has a clipper company and is selling online, like, I mean, you can't really tell him too much.
Honestly, a lot of my close friends don't like him. And to me, it's like, bro, dude has never done nothing to me.
Correct.
Aside from that, I seen dude fucking murder it.
Yeah.
He's killing it. He has his own clipper company. His company is making thousands of dollars, you know what I'm saying? Because he's proved it. He's shown it. Like, he has no balls.
Yeah, receipts and everything.
And his niche was to bash on other people, and that's what he stuck to. And bro, there's no competition with this dude roasting on social media.
Yeah.
There's nobody that can roast anybody else like this dude roasts everybody else.
Yeah.
So me personally, I have nothing against him. Props to him. And I actually, if I ever need advice and I'll ever come out with my own clipper company, I'll go to the dude and ask him, like, yo, I'll pay you. Give me some mentorship. You know what I'm saying? The same way I'll go to other dudes that own other clipper companies and be like, yo, can you give me a mentorship, you know, and learn from everybody. You know what I'm saying? He's controversial, yes, but he's only controversial when you look for him. He's not picking on you for no reason. He's picking on you because everybody wants to go against him. Yeah, he might have started picking on people for no reason, but now I've noticed that he only picks on people when people are picking on him.
Correct. That's why he's like, pick on him right now.
He's like, let me get on this little nigga, right?
No, it's crazy how he gets all the information out to the UK. It's just like, what?
It's like he lives here, bro.
Yeah, that's exactly
Wait,
what
he
that
doesn't live here?
No, he's in the UK.
He's in the UK. So there was a lot of controversy, and I know a lot of it stemmed from the I Am the Barber Plug event and all that stuff. It was crazy. I was sending stuff to Diego, and I'm like, look, you looking at this, bro? Like, you seeing what's going on right now? And it was mind blowing. And then somehow he got involved in it too.
Yeah,
you know, with
he's got involved.
The same individuals, you know,
same individuals. But I mean, you know, certain individuals, they looked for it. You know what I'm saying? They just kept going at it on social media, and it is what it is. I mean, that's their beef. That has nothing to do with me. Again, all those individuals, T-Pop, I have nothing against him. The Plug is one of my closest friends. I talk to this dude almost every other day. And Miguel from Heavy, man, he's cool with me. You know what I'm saying? He brings me business, show that we see each other, we shake hands. So sometimes you cannot make their problem your problem, no matter what side you win, no matter what.
How do you do that though? How do you do that? Because I seen it like doing the podcast. Like this barber doesn't get with it a lot, and I'm finding out like sometimes. Like the day of, and I'm just like, bro, I don't gotta be with anybody.
Yeah.
So, but then it's awkward. So I'm just like,
and then they all end up somehow under the same
the
roof
same
at
roof.
one
Yeah,
point.
and
You know,
me,
and
I'm
it's like it's crazy.
I always like being neutral. So how do you do that? How
I
do
think
you
that's just a
stay
maturity thing, bro. Just
Yeah,
maturity and man up
absolutely.
and tell him like, my nigga, your problem is not my problem. So if like Dodie comes around, I'm gonna say hi to him. If you want to stick around, then that's it, bro.
Ooh,
Because
yeah,
at the end of the
You
day,
gotta
bro,
be very transparent.
Yeah, you just gotta be straight up because you gotta be a man. Because at the end of the day, I didn't have no problem with that person. Yeah, I didn't have a problem with you. You guys had a problem. That's your problem.
That's your
You know what
problem,
I mean?
yeah,
Just the
'cause-
same way I had problem with Buddy in Miami. People come at me is like, oh, I don't fuck with him because of you. I'm like, no. You, whatever your relationship with Buddy is your problem.
Yeah.
Whatever is you, and I'm cool. I'm not gonna treat you any different. We still homies. But my problem with Buddy is not your problem. You know what I mean? And people's like, damn, I thought you would be mad about hanging out with him. I'm like, I don't care, bro. As long as you don't bring that energy over here, you don't come with bullshit, or you're not spreading message that I'm giving you over there.
Correct.
To my, you know what I'm saying, my nemesis. You know what I'm saying? We cool. We cool. It's cool. You just got to be a man enough to understand that that problem is not your problem.
Yeah, because you've been in the industry a lot, like deep in. So I'm pretty sure you experienced all
My
type
brother,
of
I've been in rooms.
relationships,
I've
man.
been in rooms that if I talk about things that I've been in rooms, I get in trouble. I get evicted from the industry. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Like people be like,
crazy.
yeah, just cut this man off. There's a lot of things that I've seen, that I've heard, that I've experienced that I cannot talk about, and that's okay. But I hear them and I learn. You know, I'm always the dumbest in the room.
Yeah.
I never am the smartest. You know, I always, any room, bro, any room, I sit back and I just listen. And I learn. And that's one of the keys that's taking me here, bro.
That's your other superpower.
I think that's my other superpower, bro. Think
just
about
feel
it, bro. You might discover a superpower in you. And it might be that. Maybe you're a great communicator.
Yeah.
And your next person is not. That's your there's a superpower, bro, that nobody can fucking beat you at.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
I was just going back to just the T-pop thing. He exposes companies for using certain material, but it's like trying to expose Gucci, right? No matter how cheap Gucci is, their product is gonna sell because it's Gucci.
Yeah.
It's just because it's WA, even though they're using the same material, it's WA, so they could sell it at 200.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of I couldn't understand what was his purpose of exposing all the clipper companies. Because at the end, is that you could charge whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's all branding.
But it's
you know?
like anything. Think about it. I don't know if you ever seen commercials of shampoos. They're always like Pantene and Head and Shoulders. Like, yeah, Head and Shoulders just give you caspa. Check it out. Pantene, Head and Shoulders just moisturizes your hair and all that stuff. It's like CVS and Walgreens. Like, if you see commercials, they're always bashing each other. You know what I mean? So that is huge. That is like actually a marketing strategy that I understood. It's like, okay, you need to say that this brand is bad for you to keep selling. And big brands do it. You know what I'm saying? Why can't little brands do it too? You know what I mean? A lot of people, like, nowadays, a lot of people won't do it like that. But he learned that strategy, and I understood it. Like, think about, like, go on anything like KFC against some other fried chicken. They always go at each other. It's not like
Burger King, McDonald's.
and McDonald's,
and stuff.
exactly.
like Pepsi,
the King.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, they shoot at each other.
They always shoot at each other. Try to look for those, like, pay attention to those commercials. You're gonna understand that marketing strategy.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess his point is that, you know, his strategy was that. There's nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? As long as it works for his business, and then nobody is shooting each other, fighting, that's fine, bro.
But now that you mentioned marketing, right? A lot of barbers speak on marketing. They throw marketing out like if it's just any other word. What is marketing for you? Like, what exactly is it for a barber?
I think that marketing for me, wow, that's a actually very cool question. Never got that before. But I think marketing is pretty much putting your brand out there, you know? I think that photos, videos, and just showing the world that what your brand does and what it is, and investing in ads and marketing just takes a lot. Marketing is just a word. It's just a thing that involves a lot. It takes graphic designer, videographers, photography, mind, you know what I'm saying? Coming to these shows, like, this is marketing right now. You know what I'm saying? Marketing is like you bring me onto your show and then you got a pillow with the thing. Like, all that involves marketing, branding, marketing. All that things comes together and just makes you pop up. You know what I mean? So I feel like right now, marketing is just something that just involves a lot. So when somebody tells you, I have a marketing company, you think that somebody that does videos. No, these people have a building where they have a group of graphic designer, where they have people that print stuff, where they have people that are constantly recruiting emails to send emails out. That's a marketing company. It's when you have data, when you have a big data that you could just send out a flyer made by your team. So you know when, for example, you go on any platform and on the bottom comes out like a little ad. You know what I'm saying? That's part of marketing. Like there's things that marketing company do. They're like, okay, we're gonna put that in every part of Facebook Marketplace, for example, in the bottom. Click here, and you could buy this product now. Like that's marketing. So marketing takes a lot of as a big team. So marketing is a lot. It's not a little word. You know, marketing is not just posting a reel.
Correct.
That's not marketing. Marketing is actually a lot.
Yeah, and I think you've done a great job at it. I'm seeing your content. I correct me if I'm wrong, but I've seen more of your content now. You're speaking in the camera. But back then you didn't do it. But now you're selling the clipper, you're selling the product, and you're talking more in front of the camera.
I try to involve a lot of myself in my speaking, again, just for the fact that I want to practice. And on top of that, I understood that I'm fucking, you know, the marketing that needs to be marketed. So I'm like, you know what, I gotta show face. So I've been putting out a lot of different type of videos, educational, creative videos, lifestyle, you know what I'm saying, processes. So like a lot of people tell me, it's like the only reason I like following is because I never know what are you gonna post next. If you pay attention, there's a lot of people that post the same thing, different haircuts every single time. Me is like, right now I'll post that I'm in LA, but then tomorrow I post that I'm changing or cooking at home and going to the gym, and then after that I'm doing a whole educational video in my studio, and then the next day I'm just doing a cool reel. You know what I'm saying? So every time I'm constantly pushing something out, and I'm constantly challenging myself to try something new. To try to stay relevant and show the people that new things are coming out, and you got to keep trying and trying and trying, you know, like everything changes.
So if you could give 3 tips to barbers who want to market themselves better and they struggle with scheduling, right now you named 5 pillars. You did creative, educational, lifestyle. Like, what would it be, those 3 tips for a barber can start marketing themselves more?
I think one of the major things is, like, you got to understand that time management can help you take you to the next level. So one of the things I do is I take one day out of the week to just dedicate to content. I do not intake clients. I dedicate that to bring in 3 models, and I'm like, I'm gonna shoot these 3 models, and these are the day of the week that I'm gonna have to shoot all the content for the rest of the week. So now I'm not in between 12 clients a day trying to, let me take a picture of you real quick before the other one gets here. You know what I mean? Like, no, schedule that person, give them a free haircut, and shoot that person. And now you have content for the rest of the week or even for the rest of the month. Right? That's one of the big tips. The next one is invest a lot in yourself. As far as knowledge, like we were talking about the cameras, learning how to edit, because now you don't rely on somebody. Now you're able to do your own thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm a person that I'm an overthinker, so I'm always visualizing things. So imagine when I have a vision in my head, but I don't have somebody to shoot my vision, I'm fucked. You know, but now that I'm able to visualize it and shoot it myself, I'm able to do it right away. You know what I mean? And third, just be yourself, bro. Because sometimes we want to be a character that we're not in front of a camera, or we want to be somebody like, hey guys, what up? It's me. You know what I'm saying? No, just be yourself. Like, yo, speak how you speak. Show the exact person that you are, and just be yourself. Because at the end of the day, your content, yourself is content. You know, people are gonna connect with who you are, not that character. That character eventually is gonna fade away. You know what I mean? Correct. Like eventually you're gonna run out of ideas. So just be original, be yourself. So those are my top 3 tips.
Oh, hell yeah, those are hell of tips.
I appreciate you sharing those 3 tips, man. And anyone that's watching, just know that these 3 tips have got Papi where he's at right now. So if you ever see yourself be and want to be and inspired by what Papi does, follow those tips, man. And I'm sure going to take those on. and continue to work, go get back to the drawing board, and keep pushing. That's
Yeah.
what we do out here all the time.
Bobby,
Yes, sir.
before we wrap it up, the price. How do you see the prices right now in the barber industry? Are you related with South Bay Chris, Deluxe,
No.
New Win?
No.
You're not. You're not familiar with any of those people?
No.
So they're charging like 150, 200, 250, 230. What's your point of view on that? Like, do you think the barber industry is every barber is gonna try to follow that, or you think at some point we're capped at a certain price?
I think hopefully there's never a cap, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully
yeah.
there's never a cap. But I think that everybody has to understand their position and what are they giving, right? For example, myself, I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm right now at a point where I'm charging 120 new clients. Listen what I said. I'm charging 120 new clients.
New plans.
I have clients that have been with me since the very beginning that are still paying me 50 and 60. I have clients that came after and they're at 80. I have clients that are with me that are paying 100 and things like that. But now I'm able to charge that amount, and it just forces me to have to charge that amount. First of all, because I put in work and I mastered my craft and I keep mastering my craft. But now my time is becoming real limited. Now I'm only able to work 2 days a week. And now when you see my portfolio on Instagram, you're like, I want to get a haircut with him. So for you to get in with me, now you have to pay, because if you really want me to give you your time, when my time is invested in a lot of other bigger things, then you're going to have to really compensate me for me to be able to cut you up. You know what I'm saying? Because right now I'm only working Thursdays and Fridays. So that's that really just has taken me to have to force myself to charge more to make my time more valuable, just because I'm only able to work 2 days a week now, which I understand we have like a Mr. Official, a Los Cut It, people like that also have other businesses that now they're down to 1 day or sometimes not even cutting hair anymore.
Yeah.
But now somebody wants, for example, Mr. Official, you want your beard super sharp and beautiful as your wedding. You're going to go to him and he's going to be like, listen, man, I don't cut hair no more. He's like, how's the only way you can get in there? It's like, bro, I got $200. You got me? He's like, $200?
Cash him out.
Cash him out.
Sure,
you know what I'm
sure.
saying? You can't come around with the $40 anymore.
Yeah.
But now there is barbers that are coming up. They need to understand that, bro, everything starts at a low level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need to start
Gotta
building
build.
clientele.
Correct.
You need to start mastering your craft. You need to start building things that are gonna allow you for you to get to that price point. And these people that you're talking about, I'm not familiar with them, but I've heard a lot of like all these online coaches and stuff like that. I feel like they're doing good, but they're also fucking up the minds on younger barbers, because younger barbers now at 15 they want to be like, nah, I'm out $100, bro.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I see
And
that
that's
too.
okay if you're
Yeah.
able to achieve that at a very young age in your career. Shit, congratulations to you. But now you're making these people skip the beautiful process that you go through to make it in here. You know what I'm saying? So that's why these people only last so much.
Yeah,
You
correct.
know what I'm saying? You don't have you don't have as many as people lasting 10, 15 years in a relevant area where they're like, yo, this is, you know what I'm saying, this is my inspiration and stuff like that, because they just want to jump steps. I want everybody to understand that you got to just enjoy the process and live it little by little. Trust me, bro, I'm probably like 30% into my process.
True, yeah.
And I'm just
hell
like, yo,
yeah.
I want to keep going. I want to see what else they got, you know?
Yeah, that's true, because I seen that a lot now on social media, and same like you, like they're not playing the long game, they're playing the short game.
The short game.
They want that quick money, and like I was telling Benji, sometimes we paint the picture wrong for the young upcoming barbers, and we make them think that barbering is this beautiful paradise, when in reality it's a lot of sweat and tears. You still got to put in the work. You got to wake up. You got to be responsible, be consistent. And it's not just about traveling and being on stages, Sometimes you actually have to go back into the drawing board and practice again,
Yeah, and I think that's one of the biggest examples, Barbero Benji, man. He started cutting hair where I was born, 1993.
Damn.
I heard him say it here earlier. And I was like, damn, I was born in that. So think about it. He's 31, 32 years in the industry, bro.
Wow.
And look at him. He's been relevant ever since his career took off. He's been able to maintain relevance because he enjoys the process. He doesn't rush the process. You know what I mean? So wherever you're seeing, don't let these online coaches, there's things that you're gonna learn from them, bro. There's things that there's no way you can skip the process. There's things that you really just gotta enjoy the process for who you are and what yourself is gonna go through and what God is gonna put you through. Your vision might be an educator, the other person's vision might be own a shop, but everybody has a different vision, and for you to get there, you need to enjoy the process, bro.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, one thing I noticed too about that is that sometimes all these online coaches, I never see them out here with the people.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
So
y'all
think
don't see
about
these
it.
people out here, grinding with us, being out here, getting away from your families and stuff. They're running all that stuff behind the camera.
So you tell me, how can this person really tell you the real world about barbering, about what the culture is really building for this industry?
Yeah. That's
right.
When have you seen one of these coaches at CT Barber Expo, the most important expo in the industry? Never. These coaches, right? Entre comillas. You never see them. They really don't know what the culture, they really don't know what a level 3 is putting out for the industry. They don't know what a Babyless is putting out for the industry. They don't know what all these big teams are putting out for the industry, but then now here you come messing up all these young barbers' minds to something that is realistically not it.
Yeah.
Because these young barbers are seeing us, that we're out here in the wild world fucking killing it, and they're like, yo, I want to be like them. But then you have a mentor like this that really doesn't even know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? All they know is to stay behind the chair and cut 15 people a day to make $1,000.
Yeah.
When I'm here, like, fuck that. I'm cutting 10 people, bro, and I'm making my $1,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
But it's because you've been out here and you really learned to see like people that have been successful, but not only 1 year, but they've been successful for their whole career.
Long game. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Papi, for being with us. You shared a lot of gems with us, a lot of information. I'm gonna go. I can't wait to go back home and apply everything that you told us, bro.
I
You're a
can't
big
wait to see this
inspiration.
podcast.
You're a big inspiration for me. I've been following you for like 5-6 years. So thank you for being on our platform, and we're gonna let KO wrap it up, bro.
Yeah, man. This is a surreal moment for me to have you on our platform as well. When actually a few years back, I was looking at all your videos and what you were creating and stuff like that. When the time that Kobe crashed and passed away.
Yeah.
Today seems to be that day exactly, and now we get to experience
appreciate that.
having you here. When before I used to go see you in platforms and stuff like that, and now we're having this conversation side by side. So I know if you put in the work and you stay consistent, you get to be in places that you would never imagine, man. So thank you for your
Appreciate
time, Papi, and you got your family out here in LA. Whenever you need something, just reach out whenever you're out here, man, and hopefully see you soon, man, in different
you, bro.
events as well, bro.
Appreciate those words. Appreciate you guys.
Before we
bringing
wrap
me
it
on.
up, can you just share your platforms where people can find you?
Oh yeah, you guys
Anything
can
got
catch
going
me
on?
any platform, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram as Papi Blendzz, PAPIBLENDZZ, double Z at the end. And if you guys ever need anything from me, advice or anything, you could DM me on Instagram, and I'll be more than happy to get at you as soon as I can. But thank you guys for having me, bro. I'm super proud of you guys because I met you guys in Colores. I shout out you for
sure.
making me
Appreciate
part of that event, which was the very beginning of my careers, where I was flown out to another city independently, not by the company. So that was pretty dope. And to see where you guys are standing today and having this amazing podcast, because this takes a huge production. A lot of people think the podcast just turn on the mic, turn on the camera, and let's go. No, this takes a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
now you have
absolutely.
somebody behind the scene. So I want to shout you guys and thank you for having me, bro. It's pretty dope, and I can't wait to see this podcast. Actually, me talking shit over here.
Let's go, man.
DTB
Fat
times Papi Blendzz.
In the house, 305. Let's go.
Yo, shout out DTB. Let's get it.
Is making a dream come. Value your time, value your health, value your freedom. Fuck where you got your degree from. Let me put you on game.